What's up, world? I'd like to welcome y'all to a Drug Dealer's Dreams podcast, yo. Shit is real. We got real guests.
Yup.
Informative. Yo, my name G.
I'm Benny Blanco. You know, for those of you who lived it, can relate to it, seen it, heard it, felt it, been through it, it's for you.
Yo, we gonna have real convo, real guests, real just back and forth with me and my guy, man. Sit back, enjoy the ride, man. Drug Dealer's Dreams.
Word. If you tuning in for gossip, tune out.
Facts. Real shit.
Yo.
Another episode, man. Drug Dealer's Dreams podcast. I'm G.
Benny.
Today, we got a special guest, man. We have guests here sometime. And you know, if a guest make it here, it's actually real. It touched us. We just don't do the fluff for the sake of doing it. You know what I'm saying? We don't get people that you done heard 5 billion stories about, and we the last one to get them. We usually seek the people that we got because a lot of people need to share their story and need to be heard. As you could say, a lot of people say we being the voice for the voiceless. That's real. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we represent at the Drug Dealer's Dreams podcast. We got a special guest. Been through a lot. Deserve respect, admiration for everything he been through. Been through some shit. We here to talk about it. John Bunn, aka John Wayne. We about to get into it, man. How you doing, brother?
How you doing, big bro? How you feeling, man?
Definitely appreciate you coming, bro.
Word.
Appreciate y'all having me here.
Like, we reached out of pure just desire to feed the people with the truth and what's been going on in these systems and state, federal, worldwide. We like to spread love, and we like to show the people you can start from a place that's not as good and end up in a way greater place. You know what I'm saying? And not use your situation to define you. You know what I mean?
Word.
Yes, sir.
Word. And beyond being a special guest, while you were saying that, like, yo, it's an important guest. It's an important topic. It's an important experience. It's an important lifetime that is worth sharing. And I'm sure people tuning in, they're going to learn a million things tonight, man. So I'm ready to get into it.
Sit back, enjoy the ride, man. We got a journey.
Let's go.
Let me give a small backdrop because we're gonna talk about a lot. John Wayne, we're gonna get to a lot, but at 14, you was convicted of a murder and attempted murder, right?
Yeah, I was convicted of murder in the second degree and attempted murder in the first degree.
Of two off-duty correctional officers, right?
2 off-duty correctional officers.
All right. Now, y'all hear a story like that and think, even that alone, he ain't supposed to be here talking to us. Like, real shit. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want him to be here talking to us, right?
Yeah.
So, the ill shit about it is, we're going to get through the whole story, but we're going to fast forward to the end real fast and go back. A crooked cop, after you did all this time, they basically found out you were innocent of the charges, right?
Well, what happened in my situation was I was already out, released on parole.
Okay.
And,
After serving how many years?
after serving a total of 16.
All right. I'm with you.
I was already out here for like 10 years after I was actually released on parole.
But still fighting.
Still fighting
the conviction.
Still fighting for my innocence. Of course, I maintained my innocence the whole time because I was innocent.
Fact.
And I'm never going to admit to something that I didn't do.
All right. Okay. All right. We're going to stop right there. John, where you from?
I'm from Brooklyn.
You're from Brooklyn? What part? For all the people that's out there. Where you at in Brooklyn?
I'm from like 3 different places because I had a grandmother that lived in Bedford-Stuyvesant, and I had a grandmother that lived in, like, Crown Heights, but it's like borderline Ocean Hill, Brownsville. So
All right.
it's like in the middle of everything right there. So
I just like to give people a backdrop
Word.
who don't know what's going on. All right. So growing up, all right, we trying to get to the fact that this mistaken identity or whatever could actually happen to you. So you grew up in Brooklyn, born in Brooklyn.
Born and raised.
All right.
St. Mary's Hospital. I was born in St. Mary's Hospital.
All right. Now check this out. How was your childhood growing up? Were you in a project? Are you raised by good parents and you made some bad choices? How was your childhood growing up? What we looking like?
My childhood was like I was raised by a single mother. My pops was killed, so I never got an opportunity to meet him. So I was raised by a single mother.
Okay.
I grew up with my grandmother in my grandmother home till I was about 10 years old.
Okay.
And then my mother moved to her own apartment, and then that's when the pressures of really living with a single mother kind of like hit, because we went into another area and it was kind of like new. So growing up changed at that point.
Okay. Now, at that point, are you a bad kid? You going to school? What you looking like?
Yeah, what's your life like
what
at
the
that
what the
point?
lady next door do you see? Is that the bad little nigga next door, or you know what I mean?
At that point, I was the good kid. I was actually very athletic. I had a niche for gymnastics, so I grew up flipping
Okay.
and playing basketball. I had an older cousin that was like into sports, very athletic. So he had like paved the way. So I was very like athletic growing up. So I was like I was shorter than the average guy, but I could jump like average than the average person,
Okay.
even maybe taller than myself. So
Fact.
I had the ability to, like, I was real athletic, and I was real good in basketball, and I was playing actually for the precinct team.
Okay.
Even when I got rest up, the thing about my story is crazy that the officer I was actually playing for at PL at the time
Police athletic league.
was
So they know what it is.
the officer that had knocked on my door and got my mother to open the door on his wrongful conviction.
Damn.
Yo,
That's crazy.
so around this time, before all the craziness happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you just out there, you hooping, you just being a kid, right? You enjoying your childhood.
Yeah, I was being a kid. I'm not gonna say I was no rosy. When I got to like I was 13, like going in like right before this stuff happened, I got into a couple of situations where was joyriding into a stolen vehicle. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like as a young kid, like
It's a crime, but it ain't crazy.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right.
as a youngster, like you fascinated about cars, and we see the older guys having cars and things like that. So
A drug dealer's dreams.
So, like when the younger guys like my age, my peers was able to come up with cars, and we know how to steal them. He knew how to steal them with screwdrivers at the time. It was my man Spoon. I testified actually about it, but he was real good at stealing cars,
Okay.
and he was able to steal them with a screwdriver. And for us, that was like
The illest shit.
the illest shit in the
Yeah,
world, like the
yeah.
highest high in the world, for us to be able to ride around and drive on our own at that time, and he knew how to drive. You know what I'm saying? So for us not being able to drive and that young and be able to have our own cars, you know what I mean? That shit felt like the highest high in the world.
Can you tell us just like, so around what year is this? This got to be like
90,
somewhere in early 90s, right?
yeah.
Like what's like, can you paint the picture
90,
of Brooklyn
going
at
into
that
91.
time? Like between very early 90s, what was going on?
Like during that time between me, like I said, my mother moved when I was 10 years old, and we moved down to Ocean Hill, Brownsville. Between that time and the time I got arrested, things changed dramatically, because it was like between 88, 87 and 91, and that's when crack had hit my community
Yeah.
extremely hard, to the point where, I mean, I know you probably hear about it, but my house, I told you I grew up with my grandmother, so
Yeah.
it got to a point where my closest family members, were was strung up on a drug. You know what I mean? So
Word.
I was I was affected by it, like because these are people that raised me, and I seen how it affected them. And it took an effect on I think every household on my block damn near.
Yeah.
Got a question. Awesome. You could reminisce. I know you could see this like, brother. What was the soundtrack like during that time? What you was listening to? What
Wow.
music was popping?
Yeah, when y'all stole them
Man.
cars,
Like,
what's
what
the
y'all
first thing
riding
you
to,
threw
man?
in?
To be honest with you, right? I was just listening to something the other day that brought me all the way back to
So what I'm
what's
talking
my
about.
shit, and
What's
it was that nice and smooth.
Thai hip hop junkies
Word.
or
Yeah, the hip hop junkie.
Nah, that was my shit.
Like I actually
I
got
bought it on
visions.
12 inch.
I actually got visions of us riding to that shit.
I gotta admit something. I
got
gotta
a funky,
admit something,
funky
bro.
rhyme with a funky
Don't do that.
style.
Nah, I gotta admit something.
Good.
I liked Cake and Eat It too. That shit was terrible on that album.
Yeah.
Remember?
Damn, we talking about mad shit. Dwick was one of my favorite songs.
Yes.
I'm keeping
that
it
shit
above.
was fire.
All right. That's my shit. That was my shit.
Yeah.
All
Lemonade
time.
is a popular
Yeah.
drink and it still is.
Right.
Come on.
Word.
Yes, I don't care.
Actually, Gangstar was one of my favorite artists at the time. He had just to get a
Gangstar.
rep.
All that.
He had, I mean, I loved it.
X
rock
Girl
growing
to the
up.
next.
Yeah, but
Yeah, some
Gangstar was
joint.
like hard at that time, like during them
Right.
time.
All
Nah,
right.
definitely.
That's why I asked you about the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Music.
A lot of
it's,
people
it's
don't
like
know
a time
about
capsule.
Gangstar.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you be
Yeah.
thinking of certain music. Yeah, fact.
Music was a little more. The music we talking about, it was definitely a little more innocent than
Nah,
the music that followed in the next few
Premier
years.
was like the man with the beats at the time,
Fact.
and I think like Gangstar went over a lot of people's heads, but he was actually, he was a conscious. If you listen to him now, or follow what's going on now, dudes would be like, damn, I ain't really realize he was that nice, but
Yeah.
Gangstar was like he was that dude
Yeah.
Yeah.
on the low, like, and
Yeah.
not he was that dude.
I
Yeah,
already know.
Yeah.
I already know.
Yeah.
You know, I definitely R.I.P. Guru.
Word.
Fact.
cool word.
Word.
All right. So, like you said, you ain't the most innocent kid, but you ain't out here shooting no cops.
I ain't killing nobody.
Facts.
Word.
So, if we fast forward, like you said, you might got in a little shit, but you wasn't doing no off the wall shit. You 14 years
I
old.
also got into another situation where I was with a group of friends,
Mhm.
and one of the guys that I was with decided to snatch a girl earrings that, you know what I'm saying, he was having a conflict with. We
Okay.
ran together. I wound up getting caught.
Mhm. You caught a case.
I caught a case. I wound up copping out to some charge I don't remember for time served, because after I got arrested, I was actually supposed to do some family court stuff or something, but after they came and got me, I was still in the process of getting that family court situation resolved when they arrested me for this crime.
All right.
So I set up so long going to trial for this crime, for the murder, that the judge in Queens said you might as well just take time serve or whatever. You know what I'm
You
saying?
took it.
And I took it.
And that be the
You know what I mean?
bullshit.
Yeah.
Because you ain't supposed to. You ain't do it. You know, I mean, at the end of the
I
day,
mean, I
you
wasn't
could have
there.
beat it.
I could have beat it.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? I could have beat it. And he was saying, the lawyer was telling me, like, well, they going to bring my other friend. And I ain't want to really even
Incorporate him into the
like
bullshit.
make it feel like I was telling on him for, you know what I mean? So I just took it because I felt like I was there. So I already
I'ma just eat it.
I'm going to eat it. 'Cause I
Alright.
felt I was wrong for being there.
Facts. I'm
Yo,
with you.
at that,
Or
at
just,
that,
or just the way I reacted, you know what I mean? I felt like I was a part of the situation, that's to be
Right.
honest with you, because I ain't do nothing to stop it.
You knew what he was about to do.
Yeah, I knew I was there with him, and I knew that he ain't have ill intentions when, when the shit got the way it got.
so you at this young age, are you even mature enough to like be conscious of how the decisions you making might lead you to a bad situation, or are you just doing what everybody else doing right now?
Now at this point, I'm just moving off straight pure morals of like how my mother and stuff raised me. Like if you got
Right.
friends, you stick with your friends. You just respect your elders. There's certain things that we grew up around that I'm going on how I was raised. Like community was kind of different when we was growing up. So regardless of what, we have respect for our elders. You didn't want certain things to get back to your mother. You didn't want to get back
Right.
to child. I was
Yeah.
getting my ass whipped if it wasn't no child abuse shit going
Yeah.
on.
Listen,
yeah.
I wanted you to touch on that because that was a different era You might be slightly older than me and him, but we all in the same generation, as you could say, right? It was different with like I say all the time from the Q's from Syracuse, but a mother two doors down could beat me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like she really could be like, boy, stop being on the bullshit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And now it's like you can't whistle
My
at a
child,
kid.
everything is separate now, but back then it wasn't like that because I just think it was a different feel. I think the drugs got had an effect on that too. Like once the community sense broke of everybody can't trust nobody,
Yeah.
then everything became like everything is mine's. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody trying to protect every little bit they got.
All right, so boom. At this time, you still going to school?
That's I went to school all the way through to they arrested me.
I explain this day when they come to the house or this night. What happened?
Um,
Now hold on. Are you around at any point that this shit happens with the officers? That's what
nah.
I'm saying.
What
At
you
all.
mean, as far as
Like
me
were
having
you in the
knowledge of crime?
vicinity? Or do you see it
Right.
happen? Do you
Right.
see niggas
Nah.
running? Nothing. You ain't even there.
Like, is
What
the,
happened
is the
was
hood buzzing? Do you, like,
this what happened in my scenario. I was it was August 1991,
All right.
August 14th 91.
All right.
I'm sitting at the breakfast table with my mother, and detective rushed into my home. Um, I was sitting there with my 4-year-old sister. Um, you know what I'm saying? They came in, they rushed into my house, they arrested me, they took me down to the precinct. They handcuffed me to a pole. And they asked me questions from, I can't even account for how many hours they asked me questions, whatever the case may be.
just handcuffed to a pole?
You know what I'm saying? At some point, they had let me see my moms. They had let my moms in the room. They were telling my moms that I was involved with a robbery or something. But I was telling my moms that every time they give me away, cause like when they had came to my crib, but then they took me out, they was talking about some murder shit. And I was like, murder, like. But when my moms, they kept telling my moms I was involved in a robbery or whatever the case may be. I found out what that was about, like just maybe like last year as I was going through my hearings.
Yeah.
But because they actually double booked me. What we really found out later on, this in my hearings when I actually got back in court, because they put me in two different places. They locked me up for a robbery at one
Location.
and locked me up for a murder at another location at the same time, and
Right.
double booked me for two different crimes at the same time at two different locations, but which is impossible. But that's how they did the paperwork. But one was like what you call, I understand it now, is it was a like it's what you call a damn, I forget the legal term for it. But
Explain
it's like
the term.
it's like a it's like a pretext. That's what it's called. It's like they used the robbery to get me in the precinct to charge me for the murder. Like the robbery is just all a gimmick to lock me up, to get me there,
Word.
to charge me for the murder,
To the
to be able to
back.
put me in and get me in the precinct, to put me in a lineup for a murder when they didn't have the right to even lock me up for the robbery in the first
place.
In the first
Right.
place. Like they didn't
Yeah.
get the right from the judge to even come and lock
Ain't
me
no
up
probable
for.
cause.
There
ain't
wasn't no
nothing.
problem ever involved. Exactly.
So is there a
It's what you
warrant?
call
Was,
a pretext. in
was
the
there
legal
was there a
term.
warrant involved?
There's
Anything?
no warrant involved.
Nothing.
No warrant involved. No.
It's just that
No
he,
witness saying you robbed them.
So
no,
they
none of
play-
that. No, none of that. They didn't even. The whole thing about it is I didn't even understand why they arrested me. Like I had no previous pictures in it where a person could go in there and say
and pick you out.
and pick me out and nothing like. That's what they claim was about my co-defendant, that they,
Okay.
whatever the case
and
may
you a
be.
kid.
But
You in the 9th grade, right?
now
they-
I'm in the 7th.
You in 7th.
Shit. Now this is crazy shit, right?
Wow.
Because people gonna hear this and be like, why would they come get him? He didn't.
Right.
He had to have something to do with it. Like,
Right.
why do you hear that they pick you out of everybody?
Yeah. What are they telling you? What's the bullshit they feeding you?
Like you, like come to your house and all that. Why you? You play basketball. You
he's-
might have been in
the
some
officer,
bullshit.
the officer that actually did it, saying that he don't know why. Like I don't know why I wouldn't do it. Like he's saying I wouldn't have did this. He's not trying to fess up to the fact that he was the one that was involved in actually bringing me in. They trying to say it was 911 calls, but there's no background to that.
So
shit.
nobody wants to take the
Nah,
blame.
Shit is out of
one
control.
Nobody
wanna
wants to take the
Nobody's
blame.
fessing up to the blame. No one's saying, yo, listen, we brought him in for this, and this is what. Nobody's saying we don't know.
All right.
They saying, oh wait, no, this is wrong. I admit it's wrong. I wouldn't have did it myself. But this
Right.
one, who this one, everyone is
And
passing,
so much
passing
time.
the
All
buck.
right. Now listen.
Instead of, and that's even more crazy because if you get to this point in your life, like a person like me, you just want straight answers to know why y'all did this to me.
Word.
All right. Now listen.
Word.
Like, cause like one of the things that was one of my main thing is that I always felt that the system was going to fix this shit itself due to the fact that I was innocent and it never did it.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like I had confidence that long as I was innocent as a kid, like they was going to fix
They're gonna
this
get
shit.
that shit right.
You know
Like
what I
that's
mean?
what
Like-
you're thinking.
Like I didn't do it, so I'm gonna be all right. Like I felt like I was gonna be all right to a certain point, and then I wound up getting signed to an attorney that didn't have my best interest at heart at all. So then it changed like everything, like as far as me feeling like I had any hope, because I seen that
He ain't give a fuck.
he ain't give a fuck.
All right. Now, you on the island at this time?
Now I'm in Spofford.
You a kid? I'm bugging.
Yeah.
Right.
You in Spofford?
7th grade.
Yeah, you're 14 years old. All right. What?
I'm probably
what,
like 15. By the time I went to trial, I was 15.
What's your family? What's your mom saying? Like she don't believe you did it, right? Or
No,
or
my moms know I didn't do it because I was home at the time. But the
Dang.
thing was that my mom was devastated at the time where she started drinking. It affected her. But this how you see where she got so depressed. And the thing about it is that, like, she was messing with my sister father at the time. And he was like, he ain't have our family best interests at heart either. So when she got depressed, he just took advantage of the situation. Instead of like holding her down as a strong black man, he just like, pulled her even down. So that she ain't have no support on her own. And my grandmother was getting old, and it was like, we ain't have no financial backing to actually get the proper defense that we needed at the time.
so
And
they
my
know.
and then when I like later on, like my situation was like kind of a fixed fight. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like when I did the analyst to my hearings, as far as when I later on when I had the hearings and I found out certain players that was involved, as far as like the DAs and the attorney I had, and even the judge that was involved, and even down to the police that and the detectives that arrested me, like all of them had backgrounds that was suspect in one way or the other. And
Damn.
this is things that a lot of brothers don't never get to find out. Like if certain light wasn't shined into my darkness, that shit just would have been swept under the rug forever. That's why like I call my organization A Voice for the Unheard.
Okay.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Because
Sure, sure.
some shit had never come out. Like guys that sitting up north right now 30, 40, 50 years don't never know what his DA or this prosecutor that his background. You don't
Yeah.
never get to find shit out like
Yeah.
that. You would never know shit like that, or what the detective's background was that locked you up, and you that's classified files that we not, you know what I'm saying, privy of. So
Right.
Word.
you just out there as a token nigga, and you don't know who these people that even got your life in their hand and to be able to judge you and do whatever, and they out here living all foul and doing whatever, but they got the power to take your life and fuck your whole world up and
Wow.
your whole family at that.
Super facts. No. That's real shit. That's why we here.
Word.
Like
Word.
like real shit. We don't do this shit for the glitz and glamour. Like we ain't trying to catch no names. Like this shit is real fucked up shit that's going on.
What's that ride in the Spofford like? Knowing you innocent. You still
Spofford
got,
was like one of the most violent situations I encountered besides Green Correctional Facility, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Green Correctional was the most racist but Spofford was the most violent. I had issues because due to the fact that I had an offense against, I had a not even a I ain't gonna even say all the staff. It was one particular staffing dude that was there named Robocop. He was like a bully.
Everybody got a. When you lock you got
That's
one
the
dude
story
named
about this dude,
RoboCop.
and he was in here doing wild, and he was doing all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm certain shit I gotta leave for the book. You know what I mean? And the
Fact.
movie,
You gotta
but
do that,
Word.
and
the
you
dude
come
was
back
foul,
for that.
you know what I mean? But he, you know what I mean? Him in particular, he had a handle on the whole facility to a certain degree, and you know what I mean. When I got there, you know what I mean. He put hands on me, and he was like maybe like 6'4", 2 and change. I'm maybe like under 100 pounds, maybe like 5'3", 4", something at the time.
Right.
Shit.
And nigga violated me. I ain't gonna even hold you up. I'll never forget it. You know what I mean? But so
Off strength. Where was you at?
hmm?
Like you in your cell? Where you at? You on your way to
I was actually, because due to the fact that I had a high profile case,
Mhm.
like they like kind of put me straight into the population where, you know what I mean? But I wasn't even assigned to school yet. So they had holding dorms where dudes ain't go to school and shit. Like,
Yeah.
if like y'all say y'all associated with Nori, like
Yeah.
he know how that shit was in Sparta because he was there with me.
All right.
Him and his Cody. But the thing about it was, if you wasn't assigned to school, you would go to a particular holding dorm with everybody that wasn't assigned to school yet, or people that was kicked out of school and was waiting to go back into school or whatever the case may be. So that was where I was being dropped off at, where it was a mixture of everybody.
Just young wild niggas, no school,
No,
nigga
nothing.
just on bullshit all day.
So they threw me right in the pit like that, right? After a couple of days, they had me in Spofford because my case was kind of high profile.
I feel like even the way that you breaking down how shit went, I feel like they overrushed you through the process.
Nah, it was different for me, you know what I mean? And then I ain't have, like, it was different for me from the gate as far as even, like, I tell, like, my friends now, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard for me to embrace dudes or be all because, like, when me going through my whole bed, a lot of dudes ain't want to befriend me even going through there. Like, I have family members that have seen me that turn a blind eye to me because they ain't want to be associated with me to have beef with the police, authority, whatever kind of authority figure, because authority figures always single, me out just because my offense was based on a correctional officer.
Right.
That I had the bullseye on my back. So
Super
and
fact.
one of the things that worked for me was like, after if I got into a place, I would try to bid there, and make the bid go smooth as possible. Stay in one position where if they know me, they know I ain't no knucklehead. I can make the time go.
No
Because
doubt.
if I go into another situation, that shit harder. Should be harder on my family. You know what I
Right.
mean? And
Nah,
then
that shit crazy.
they send dudes at you where dudes be like kind of like gophers for them niggas, but they do it in their own way where they ain't looked at as rats, but they still like
They
move
still working for the
for
police at the end of the day.
Yeah,
See it
You know
all
what I
the
mean?
time.
All the time.
Nigga
but-
just sucking up to them. They might
Yeah,
get extra
so-
food trays, extra whatever.
Yeah.
But you ain't getting no time off. But you
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
working for this
yeah.
nigga for real. For real.
Yeah.
You might as well have told.
Yeah.
You the same
Yeah.
nigga. Facts. You in Spofford. You ain't convicted yet. You going to trial still. At this point, right?
Mhm.
So you still got that hope. You still like, this shit gonna work itself
Yeah,
out.
this shit gonna be
It's
over.
gonna work itself out.
Well, I had hope. You know what I mean? But
You see, they was trying to fix the fight.
yeah, I don't even know how to put that shit, man. It just happened so fast. It came and went so fast. I ain't really even get prepared for trial. My trial was in one day. That shit came and went.
Your trial was one day.
It was one day, man. It's unheard of. Like
Wow.
they like it's like
One
For a
day.
they
high
say
profile
they
case.
tell me you could they say you could search. You know what I'm saying? How, you know what I'm saying, and why, you know what I mean? And you can't find another case that's like that with
Yeah, because there's no murder
with that
weapon.
magnitude of
No
that.
gun, no fingerprint.
witnesses.
And they in my trial was in one day. They convicted me and everything in one day.
I got a question. I did some research on you, right?
Uh-huh.
I seen that the correctional officer that lived ID'd you
Mhm.
as the one that shot him.
Mhm.
How does that happen? How does he say you did it?
Well, actually, the description that he gave from the beginning was like from I think like damn near a person that's older 20s and 30 early 30s, and the description was like a grown male figures.
Okay.
Um, I, I just believe that after finding out that this officer background, I think like I don't know. I heard accusations that that the correctional officer dude wasn't right. Even down to an attorney that I know that say that he's lying in the case right now. But I just believe that the officers made him fit whatever they want. Like, this is the fight we fix, nigga. This is what you
It's
gonna
the
go
nigga
with.
we picked up. Get him.
If not, then because to me,
young,
his story don't really
yeah.
add up. When you really want to get down to the scientific facts on how he's saying it happened and how he's saying everything, it don't add up at all. It don't mathematically nothing. So I don't know what his story was at all. Like, I don't even know what his involvement was to what degree. You know what I mean?
Now,
It's a lot of speculation with him as far as like in my mind, like what part did he really play into it? You know what I'm saying? For a lot of different reasons.
man, listen, I got so many
Like
questions.
even down to bringing out the fact that he had a bullet that was in his hand. You know what I mean? That that it was requested that he turn this shit in when he have his surgery after. Now say this shit is enlarged in his hand. They saying, yo, listen, we awaiting trial. It's not like it's going on.
Yeah.
He got to get an operation. They say, right?
Get it out.
During that process of me going to trial, they saying, listen, when you get the operation, they telling them to make sure that you turn the slug in because they trying to determine
if your
that this guy
fingerprints
that
is
they
on.
saying that I supposedly had killed had different type bullet wounds in him or different type caliber, whatever. So they wanted to do the testing on the bullet that was enlarged in his hand to find out where, because he was saying the way it happened, it just mathematically didn't make no sense.
It's impossible.
It's impossible. So it wound up disappearing. Now, if this is a key part of this evidence and investigation, how would they let this shit? How would he let it get away? And you know what I'm saying? How would they would just let him not?
Yeah.
It's a bunch of shit in my shit that they say that got destroyed even before I was even before I put in my initial appeal. They destroyed the evidence in my case, so they say they couldn't find it. To this day, they try to say Hurricane Sandy. It was a lot of bullshit.
Hurricane Sandy killed your
Yeah, for me
evidence.
to basically that could have proved my innocence. So
Wow.
it was just.
And I know
It's just that when the fight is fixed against you, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing you could do if you ain't got. But God, I feel like, will fix certain shit in due time if you stay real right. Like, you know what I mean?
100%.
And my thing is like real right. Like, your heart gotta be pure. Like I think like they like what society paint as a good person by this guy work and all that. That ain't we got some real good people in this world like that be putting in certain predicaments, and you know what I'm saying, and it's just the predicament that we dwelling in. That don't we not bad people. You know what I mean?
Word.
And that's I be saying that a lot. Like almost being in this predicament right here, almost like I felt like at one point it almost made I became institutionalized because I grew up in that prison shit.
Of course.
So that I learned how to survive in it. I learned how to live in it. That became my life.
You learn how to cook.
And
Learn how to
I wasn't
fucking
letting nobody
fuck
do
outta
nothing
here.
to me, taking nothing from me, and none of that. So it was like, I kept my circles small or whatever the case may be. But it's like that shit, it'll make you a certain way. Like, in order for you to survive, like, you gotta look at shit a certain way. It's like predator or prey. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, that shit made me over aggressive at one point, or made me super aggressive because like you can't be in there and you can't be in there and be prey.
Super fast.
You can't be in there and be prey.
So they almost turning into what they accuse you of at this point.
Yeah.
You know what it is? It's like you said, your father got killed. Now the system raising you, and it got to feel so crazy that you ain't even fucking do it. That shit has to fuck your head up
It'll fuck
every
you
day.
up.
Every day.
It fucked me up to the point where, like, even though we fighting from inside, then my grandmother passed on me, and then, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't able to They didn't allow me to go to a funeral or nothing. They said I was a menace to society, my nigga.
All that shit.
And you at this point, you are
I'm
still
16
15,
years
16
old.
years old. Yeah, what the fuck you gonna do?
They ain't let me go visit my grandmother. Like that's the lady that raised. Like that was my backbone in life to this day. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So
Couple questions.
it made me bitter at that point, like angry, and then you know what I'm saying? Like
You in there? You already fucked up. Let's get it in then. Back
Yeah.
against the wall. Let's do it.
And then at some point, you know, I feel like I ain't never coming home. You know what I mean?
Well,
Okay.
You got people in your ear too. They telling you,
And you got see when you in there, you know, misery level company. So
word.
you know, if dudes got a predicament, they always want your predicament to be worse than them. That's why you can't really tell dudes what you're going through and shit. But like I ain't gonna lie, like for me, by the time I made it to state prison, I was like already kind of seasoned for it because none for nothing. It's like going from elementary school to high school to junior high school. So by the time I got to junior high school or the high school, college and shit, I was already ready. That's how I look at maximum prison. You know what I mean?
Word.
Cause that was my thing, like going
Greens
from one
was the
stage
first
to
place you
another.
went.
Huh?
You went to Greens first.
I went to Green first, and that shit was bananas, man. That shit was like the most racial experience I ever experienced, ever. I never seen like no racist shit far as like black and Latinos ever, man. Like they ain't had no love for us. You know what I mean? They ain't had no love for us, no kind of way, man. Like I ain't never experienced no shit like that in my life, man. Like that shit made me look at things kind of different, like. You know what I mean?
For people who you know are very far removed from these situations or don't know, can you give them an example?
I mean, well,
They just talking shit all day. What
Nah,
they doing?
they-
Hit you
and-
with the
and-
baton? What we
nah,
talking about?
in this particular jail right here, man, like blacks was getting cut, you know what I mean, and stabbed maybe like out the day, like 3 or 4 times out a day, my nigga,
Alright.
throughout the facility, you know what I'm saying, and
By
you
other
had-
inmates.
by other inmates,
Alright.
and you had, you know, they had 3. We was it was like you wasn't allowed to be in no type of black group back then. Everything was considered a gang. They flipped out of that. So they had like 5, 6 different Latino gangs in at that time. They had the Nietas, they had the Latin Kings, they had the DPs, they had a couple different Dominican gangs and shit, and they had then they had like most of the like the black guys that wasn't that we just was basically they left out there with no type of.
Niggas who not affiliated on no bullshit.
If you wasn't affiliated with nothing, they was labeling you as something. They do whatever you want, or they was basically like
Free reign on a nigga.
free reign on you, or they was basically extorting the niggas, man.
Alright.
Or that's how it was going down.
Keep it a buck. That's a tough
Only-
fight. That's a tough fight for you.
It was the thing about it was that when I came to Green, we came
How old are you when you come to Green?
17,
Some bullshit.
17.
Like the shit is
Still
out
a
of
kid.
control.
You still a kid.
But we came in packs. They kicked me out kind of early, but we came in packs. So that's when Pataki and them and Giuliani Act came in and they changed the laws in the system and shit.
Mayor and governor of New York. Let's just for all the people who don't
Yeah.
know. You know what I'm saying? Like.
So when they changed the laws as far as the aging,
Okay.
so they shipped all of us out. You know what I'm saying? They just like expedited my case because I was high profile, so they pushed me right along with that shit. I was on the bus. Actually, I was in downstate on my 18th birthday. I
Oh.
turned 19 and they told me he was like, "Your happy birthday" and that shit. So right after that, I went to 18. I was in Green when I was 18 on my birthday. I stayed there for a couple months. That shit ain't last. I wound up getting kicked out of there.
Hold on. I want to stop because you telling a story because obviously you've been through it, but some people can't understand. You've been in prison 15, 16, 17, 18.
Right.
Like you
Those
with
years
grown
going
men.
by. Right.
First of all, you with kids who wildin', but you with grown men. You get to sent to state prison like damn near life bid. These niggas is on bullshit. You with fucked up POs. You with grown niggas who trying to extort niggas and cut niggas and whatever. Like that shit is a whirlwind. You ain't been on a fucking date.
Word.
Like we ain't even we skipping a lot of bullshit.
Right.
You ain't been to the movies with a bitch.
Right.
Pause for the lack of better word.
Right.
Like, you losing a lot of life. You know what I'm saying? Like no lie.
The problem.
I did bids late, right? But nigga, you talking about, and I ain't even said late because it was 24, but I thought that was early. But with his situation, I'm 10 years after him.
Right.
You talking about, nigga, I couldn't imagine taking my first chick to the movies or being in the mall just fucking around.
Right.
He missing all of this. That's the difference. Like that's at that time he fighting for soups and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I want the people to see. Like at the end of the day, like you missing fuck skipping school. You missing summer school if you fail the class to actually get that experience and actually just get them childhood times.
And
you know what I'm saying?
Word.
Like that shit is fucked
And
up.
those are developmental years.
Come on,
those
my nigga.
are the years that shape you.
That's
You know what
the
I'm
year
saying?
when you decide you could have fucked when you was 13, 14, 15, 16.
Right.
But you be like, oh, that shit was dumb. At 16,
Right,
17, oh, I finally got my life straight. Let me go on this right path. Let me go to school. You got time to fuck up. He don't got time to fuck up.
No.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I want. Like the people to see, and to the officer that fucked you up and on the bullshit, it's like you took away detrimental times when my brain is still developing.
Exactly.
Bro, my son will be 20 next month. His brain still ain't developed yet.
Yeah.
He's still a dumb little fuck up.
Right.
But he got time to get it right.
Right.
But if I sent him away at 14, he fucked up.
Yeah, he ain't gonna get it right.
That's what I'm trying to say, bro.
Right.
It's like that shit is dead ass wrong, and I hate that shit. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta look for guidance in a place where
Come on,
ain't
bro.
nobody trying to guide you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
You think an 18-year-old motherfucker is supposed to show you the way because you're 15?
Yeah,
He don't know shit
you
either.
don't know shit. And like you said, and then you got, like, come on, man, you got the weight of the world on your shoulders because your family, like you said, the support system, although there was love there, the resources weren't there, right? And then you got a high-profile case, so you're getting media coverage. I'm sure your shit was in the papers.
Nah, the thing about it was like right after the initial hit the media, the news and all that, they swept it under the rug because they ain't wanted to be publicized what they was doing
It
to.
was bullshit.
Wow.
So I got one of the biggest political high profile cases of the year that's not getting no media coverage.
Nothing.
Because
They
know
didn't even put in that paper when we blew trial.
A day trial.
Okay.
They gave it a day.
Fuck it. Your Cody. You got a Cody.
I got a Cody.
Do you know your Cody? Like what did y'all run together before this shit?
It's like this, right? My Cody is like he popular in my community. You know what I'm saying? He a little bit older than me.
Alright.
He ran with like a little older group of them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I was like a little bit older. I mean younger than him. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I was like the generation right under them, but I know him. But like I wasn't old enough to run with them yet. Like you know what I'm saying?
Fact.
So they was like the older dudes that would come around. We see them out. But only thing that made them know me a little bit more was the fact that I could play ball.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was balling with the older dudes on the weekend. Like I was balling. Like I
You
was
ain't
nice.
hanging with them. You
I
ain't
ain't
running
hanging,
with them
I
on
ain't
the
running.
bullshit.
Cause I ain't old enough yet. You know what I mean? Like they ain't letting me around like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm playing ball with niggas and all that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm really nice like that.
So how you get picked up with him though? How they pick y'all
I
two up?
always thought, well, they ain't pick me up together with him.
Okay.
They picked him up somewhere different, and I actually thought that always felt like, you know what I'm saying, like he had used me as his alibi. I always felt like he had said, yo, Wayne them was out there, whatever the case may be, or something like that.
Now he ain't do it. He ain't got nothing to do with it.
He ain't got nothing to do with it either.
Why would he put your name in it?
Cause he saying like we was all out on the block.
Was that true or no?
We was together like earlier that day.
Uh huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like on the block. But around the time that they saying that he was being mentioned, we wasn't. Like you know what I'm saying?
Wipe your.
Cause like you said, you was in the crib.
Yeah, I was in the crib.
So why would he pick you though, bro? Like I know you've been sitting back in your cell. You done thought of every scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Why would he pick you?
As far as my Cody,
Yeah, be like at the end of the
Nah,
day,
like-
he hang with older niggas. He hang with all these type of. It's million niggas on the block, not million niggas, but y'all out there. Why he pick you? You know what I'm saying? Like
I think, like,
what
they
made
try
the
to-
stars align like that?
I don't know. But I don't want to put it on him to say
Not
that
like
he
he
actually did
ratting
it.
on you.
Nah, I don't want
I'm
to
just-
actually say that he the one that did it though either. I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Because, like I said, the officer in the paperwork they had mentioned another dude saying I was with him in another situation as well. So I don't know if he had it in for me or
Okay.
if it was because he said it. Yo, ask him or he was there. Because when they pulled me in, only thing they really wanted to know was what I knew about him, if I ever seen him with a gun, did I seen him out there that night. They wanted information on him, and when I couldn't give him that, that's when he was like, "Yo,
They thought you holding it down for him, but
Yeah.
you not. You just don't
yeah,
know what the fuck
I really
going
don't know
on.
what he
Right.
talking about,
Right.
All right, now,
and I
it-
really ain't holding it down for
nah,
him.
you don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck happened. I
Yeah,
wasn't
word.
They
there.
think,
Word.
they think they going hard on me, and I'm holding like I ain't gonna tell
Like,
on them. Like,
damn,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Now,
That's-
So
Now-
they saying, yo, you wasn't with him. I'm saying, yeah, I seen him on the block earlier
Yeah.
that day, but that time I said I went upstairs, I ain't seen, I don't know what he did, but I don't know. I'm telling you, did you see him with a gun? No, I ain't seen him with a. They really want me to tell on him at that
yo, they
particular
got
point.
two wrong motherfuckers. They ain't like they got the right
Yeah.
nigga and a wrong nigga.
Mhm.
They
Nah.
got two niggas that didn't fucking do it, and that shit is like so ill. Like that shit is so fucked up. Did anybody else? Did they find anybody else DNA? Did they find anybody else to confess to the murder? Like no.
Like all they wanted me to do is say, yeah, that I knew that he did it. If I did, they'd have
Listen.
broken me. I think they felt like they could have broke me to do that, and if
Listen,
and being I didn't do it, it was
keep it a buck, right? I ain't
Uh-huh.
asking you to rat. We don't co-sign none of that shit.
Uh-huh.
Did you hear about in the hood of niggas that did it?
Like I heard afterwards, like
So and so did it or whatever.
I didn't hear like so and so did it or things like that. Like I heard like people that knew that we didn't do it.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
You know what I'm
Like-
bugging off?
Like people know. Like that's what I did heard. Like I always was wondering like who did it. That was a question in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Even when I came home, I wanted to find out who did it. Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Until it got to a point where even my lawyers tell me it don't matter who did it, John. You didn't.
You
do
ain't do it.
It ain't
Fuck
your
outta
job
here.
to find
Right.
who did it.
Hell
But
yeah.
I'm bugging off. Do the COs
yeah.
live there? Why are they in this neighborhood?
Why they in the hood?
Right. Because I'm feeling like the COs were up to no good. Which
Nah,
is
the
why
CO,
they...
the COs, one of them I think did live there. Like they
Okay.
from the area.
Okay.
All right.
They did live there.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
It wasn't like they family. Like, cause one of them did knew my family. Well, I call him my uncle, but he actually my cousin. And they used to do boofing and shit when they was younger. But they all grew up there. Like, you know what I'm saying? He know my family, I think, and he know my co-defendant family for sure. Because
Right,
they
sure.
from the projects. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But-
because I'm thinking off the rip, the era we talking about, I'm thinking COs coming around the way the cop, and then whatever. You know what I'm saying? So they trying to cover up whatever may be, whatever business they got going on. And that's why they're
I had-
speeding
I
up the
had
process
expected-
with some young kids.
In my mind, you know, I done that shit done went across my mind, but I don't know what the reason was. I heard it was other people that was supposed to have been there that I actually tried to get to and question when I came home, but I left alone after I questioned them one time. That you know what I'm saying?
Fuck it.
But I knew it was guys in the area that knew that we didn't had nothing to do with it, and I don't know if they knew who had did it, but I knew that they knew that we ain't had nothing to do with it.
All right.
And I'm talking about tough guys. Even they were 25 years ago. They actually guys that's on bids right now actually called in and wrote the reporter that because it took a reporter that broke my case. That
Okay.
actually they called her. Actually wrote her and let her know like we know that these guys ain't do it. You know
All
what I
right.
mean?
All right. I want to talk about that.
Yeah, let's
all right.
fast forward to that.
A reporter broke your case, right?
Mhm.
What made them look into your case?
Well,
How long are you in at this point? Or you at home?
I'm home already.
How much time you did at this time when you first come home?
16 years.
All
Well,
right.
actually, I did 16, but I went back on the violation.
All right, we
But-
ain't talk about that. You did 16 years, right?
Yeah.
First of all, we're gonna get to the reporter. How much time did you get on your sentence after you went to trial? You got 20. What you get?
Well, they actually sentenced me with 20, and then I went back and they resentenced me to 9
Why?
because it was 20 was illegal. They over-sentenced me. They gave me 20 to life.
Because you was a minor.
And they over-sentenced me, and I had to go back and they resentenced me to 9.
How long was you bidding when they resentenced you to the 9?
16 months.
I just
Okay, they brought you back. All right, you sentenced to 9. Now,
That's
do you
crazy.
are you wilding in there? You don't come home in the 9, or do you come home in the 9?
Nah, I went through some shit. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? By the time I did the 9, I was chilling out. I wound up doing 16. But I told you the only. Oh, whoa.
How
I
you do
didn't tell
you
you.
16 if
They
if you
kept-
could
they
come
kept-
home in the 9?
I got 9 of life. So
Hitting you at the
they
board.
hit me at
I
the
want you
board.
to explain that. That's
Yeah.
I'm seeing.
yeah,
We from
Yeah.
New York State.
yeah.
Yeah.
You could get 9 to whatever. My brother had a 3 to life.
Yeah.
That don't mean he ain't do 15 off that 3 to
yeah,
life.
yeah.
So that's the difference. I want to explain them illegal sentences, the Rockefeller law. Bro, you get sentenced to 9 to life. It's 9 to life. 9 years is the minimum.
Yeah.
And then every year you go to the board, they can
Yeah.
hit you with
2
2 years.
years.
2 years.
2
2 years. I want you
Yeah.
to explain that. You get 9 to
So-
life, that don't mean nothing.
Like, yeah. Every time I win in my situation, they hit me for the nature of the crime. Like, they just.
You wasn't wild and you wasn't
Nah,
you didn't get
wasn't
in too
about-
much trouble, wasn't giving niggas $1.50. Let's keep it
It's
a
just the
buck.
nature of the
Right.
crime.
Alright.
In particular, they felt I wasn't ready for society, but actually
Yeah.
allowed them. What they, I gave up hope with the parole board as well though. I ain't
Okay.
gonna lie. Like I felt like they was gonna get maybe a quarter or better out of me. I left that fell alone. But the only thing that allowed them to let me go was the fact that I came to aid of another female civilian staff that another inmate tried to rape.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, we got to break that.
No,
situation
hold on.
down.
Yeah.
Now, okay. A staff is about to get raped. Is it multiple people trying to rape her or just one?
Nah, it was one dude.
Now, are you the only one who tried to help her?
I ain't the only one. It's like me and like 2 other dudes.
All right. Why are you helping her?
After
Like-
everything
like
you've
you
been through, bro.
convicted of killing an
What
correction
happened is
officer.
this, right?
Let's be honest.
The thing
Right.
is, at this point,
You done dealt with RoboCop.
At this point, I'm running a program in the facility, an ART program,
Mhm.
where I'm helping guys
What's the ART? Talk to him.
anger regression training.
Talk. All right. Let's hear it.
At this point, my mentality done changed. Like I'm not like the young wild kid, bitter kid no more. Like I done leveled down. I learned how to read. Like one of the things with me is that when I went to prison, I was illiterate. I ain't know how to read.
You was going to school every day, still don't know how to read.
Yeah, I ain't know how to read.
It's crazy. You know the crazy
I was
part
good
about
in
it.
sports, so they pushed me along. To be honest with you, I
I'ma let
told you that the sports shit was my
Listen.
thing, like flipping and basketball. Like they wanted me to play, even in junior high school. I was really good at that shit.
Hold on. I'm gonna let you finish your story, right? You know what I don't like about this story is, all right, you've been locked up for a crime you don't commit. They force you to be a fucking animal.
Right.
They put you in ART
Right.
to get you back to the place you was at before you was a fucking animal.
Right.
Shit is, come on, my
And
nigga.
then I
Like,
wound up teaching that shit. I
Yeah.
wound up facilitating. I wound up teaching teachers how to teach. I wound up taking it and then wound up falling in love
Yeah.
with the process so much that I wound up being able
Right.
to
And you know it's ill.
teach other people how to teach the facilitator. I wound up training facilitators. Albany had to come down to actually do special training with me because the number I was doing was so spectacular in the facility.
And yo, what's ill is that you.
so
are-
hold on. That shows, not to cut you
yeah,
off.
yeah.
That shows you fucking smart.
That's
Like
what
that
I was
shows that
That's what
if
I'm
you
saying.
was in
Right.
school and went through the system, you could have been whatever the fuck you wanted
Because
to be.
in the worst place
That-
in the world, you found a
Wow.
way to mature, bro. You found a
that
maturation
means you are
process.
who you are, no matter where the fuck you at.
Word. That's
That's
real.
what I be trying to understand.
And-
It don't matter
but
if
you know
you in
what,
the
though, I ain't
jungle.
gonna lie, right?
Huh.
Yeah.
Like, even when the gang shit come, like, I'm just one of them people that I feel like I want to go against the grain is make me feel better. Like, you know what I mean?
Bro, that
Like-
shit is so real.
And, like, me doing that, I know that dudes ain't had the courage to want to be, like, even now, but I know that dudes ain't, looked at all them niggas teaching LTA down. It looked like certain, like, like you squaring up or whatever. But to me, I'm so official that, like, I could do the right thing and I ain't give a fuck about what y'all do say. You know what I mean? Because I know what I'm doing is real. Like, I know I'm standing for what's real. And y'all logic don't make more real sense to me. Y'all can't make more sense to me about life. So that shit you saying ain't gonna amuse me or make me go another way. As long as you don't violate me, do good, but I'ma stay standing for what I stand for. Ain't nothing sweet about this shit right here. But at the same time, I'm not gonna fall and act like no idiot because I know better. Like once you know better, fuck, I'm gonna keep acting like I don't know better than
Your moms ain't teach you wrong.
Yeah.
Like that shit is still instilled in you from being 8, 9, and 10 years old. Like the crazy thing about it is I don't knock no gangs. I don't knock whatever. That's what you want to do.
I ain't
choose to
gonna
do.
lie, right? I do kind of knock the gangs
Okay,
because
talk
what I
that
grew up
shit.
in, I knock the gangs though because, I mean, my experience with the gangs was different. You know what I mean? But I did research and found out why they started. But see, I wasn't a part of that Ragged Island philosophy or things like that. But you got different people that come from LA and things like that. But when I grew up, we would look at the guys in LA like them niggas was them dudes was crazy for that red and blue shit. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
when they came to New York, I was already locked up, and then it hit the prison system kind of hard. So I seen a lot of dudes that was like, you know what I mean? Like I don't look at nobody as suckers, but I just seen a lot of dudes that like was different and then got all this courage when the gang shit
When the
started.
gang shit come around,
It
because they
changed
affiliated
them.
with.
They
They knew
became
they had
bullies.
somebody
They had-
to protect them.
exactly, and you know, I see this scene it all changed, and I just always been a loner to a degree, like so. That made
Listen.
me not like them dudes, and I seen them like try to oppress people. I had a lot of beef with them. I always, one of them dudes try to cut me. I got cut on my face by one of them. You know what I'm saying?
You know the crazy
Like
thing
I never
about it?
liked that gang shit.
Like boom, I ain't been up north.
And the Bloods, it
I'm
wasn't
from
even
New
like
York
a
State.
Spanish
I
gang.
ain't been up north, right? Especially when the gang culture happened. Like I did Fed bids other places, right? So that shit is dope. Like I'm keeping it a buck with you, bro. Like because I know I ain't a nigga who would have joined the gang. But
Yeah.
it take a lot of courage
But you know
to
what,
be
though?
in there with the
Right.
gang
Yeah.
and say fuck y'all. I ain't
Stay
fucking with it.
neutral.
Nah, but it
Like,
was
I'm
it was
keeping
it's
it a buck.
it's a certain
Right.
it's a certain core dudes that we like. I know that dudes remain neutral that we all was kind of like friends. It was a couple dudes that like I knew was gang and I like was in a gang that to me like they was ashamed they was in a gang when they was around me. So I don't know why they even in it. Why would I be a part of something? Because when you come around me, you gotta act like you not even want to even be in it no more. For why would you want to even be in? And then I just
Right,
felt like
right.
this the way that me growing up in there and see how that shit play out and see how dudes found me out. Because I had dudes come around me, try to find out things about me and turn on me all kinds of ways in the system. So, like, me watching that element particular, you know what I'm saying? It kind of like turned my stomach towards it because I felt like a lot of them don't got the courage to be who they are without the rest of all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, check this out, right? I've been in the Fed. I ain't been in the state.
Mhm.
In the Feds, niggas will befriend you to see your paperwork and try to jump on your case to try to call the DA.
Same
to
thing
see.
with me.
Same shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Through my whole
I don't
bid-
know this. I
Nah,
don't
nah.
read this in the article. I'm asking you
Right.
because in the
Yeah.
Feds, niggas
Nah,
be talking to you, looking at your
Yeah.
paperwork, call the DA, be like, yeah, he was here on such and such date.
Through my whole bid, I had that from day one in
Wow.
Spofford. Now that I reflect on it, I didn't even know it was happening until I think back on it. Be like, damn, the police did it. They was
Yeah.
coming, but they always, yo, you could tell me, and I'd be like, man, I ain't do that shit. Like I was always been sincere because it was nothing I did,
Right.
and I was never trying to get the recognition because of that. Because I was always felt like I was
Because
me.
I ain't did it.
Yeah, I ain't did
Fuck
it. Like
you
I ain't.
mean? I'm
Yeah,
not
fuck
take
you.
catch no wreck for no shooting no
yeah.
police.
Right.
Fuck us
What
out
kind
of
of-
here.
fuck
I ain't-
outta here.
Cause I ain't do it, motherfucker. You right. Yeah. You said it right because I ain't do it. It
Word,
wasn't.
word.
I ain't fucking do
Yeah,
it.
it's just simple, man.
So yo, can we go to that day? Because leading up to it, you grew up. You grew up in the system and you was forced to grow yourself up in a lot of ways, right?
Mhm.
And then you get to that day.
Hold on.
What
sorry.
day you talking about?
I'm
I'm
talking
sorry.
about the day.
Not
real quick.
parole. He get
No,
parole.
I'm not talking
Okay,
about that. I'm
okay.
talking about the day. Yo, you as a young man, you fought the bitterness that you harbored, right? And the resentment that you harbored for what you went through. You fought all those things. And then you get to the crossroads in your life, which you never knew. You didn't have the foresight to understand that you helping this CO was in the end gonna change your life forever.
Damn, I want to stop there. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, that moment, right? When you stood up for what was right, on your account, like, can you take us through that? Can you take us through that day?
That was different because now I'm in prison and I'd have helped a white young lady at that
That's
and
what I'm
see
saying.
a staff against a dude.
Now,
So
now
the
let's
way it's
keep in
gonna
mind
get
that
viewed-
the correctional officers that's allegedly killed, not allegedly killed, one correctional officer that was killed, one correctional officer that was shot were white.
Right.
Caucasian.
they
No?
black.
Get the fuck out of here. This shit is getting deeper than rap. They're black. They live in the hood.
They live in the hood.
Damn.
This shit is out of control. Now, see, we got open the can of worms.
Right.
Now, this crooked officer Scarcella, is that
Scarcella, Louis Scarcella.
Louis Scarcella? I
Detective.
remember his name. I've been reading about you, bro. I ain't been bullshit.
Right.
Louis Scarcella, right? What makes him come to the aid of them? Is it a blue versus black?
Like I'm gonna tell you right now, when it come to him, like I can't make sense of the shit that.
How
he
does
do,
he
right?
come
for
in
me,
turn to being on bullshit on your case?
thing-
Like, why does he
the
come
thing-
in and
the
investigate?
The thing that I found out about him is like he was what I like. He was like the big wig at the time. Like he was the head honcho, chief Batman and Robin type dude. Like he the hero detective. He solving all the cases and all that. Like he got it's
He
like
lit.
50
He
other
Bruce
dudes.
Willis.
It's more than me just involved in this. I'm just probably the youngest guy that this happened to. That it affected their life. But it's like 50 other cases that he on that he done tarnished. or
He
some
been
type of
fucking
way.
motherfuckers up.
It was under speculation. I don't know how many of them in particular on what he did because I ain't studied their case. I just know what they did to me.
Now, let me
I
tell you
just
something.
ain't never understand
I researched
who
him,
was behind.
and a few of his cases got reversed. Multiple cases got reversed. So it's like, why the fuck he just on conviction time, or he what is he
Nah,
on?
during that time, like it's the crack era. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I mean, we little nigga black kids, man. I'm just being real with you. And if you and our lives didn't matter. Like as I reflect on it from a realistic point of view right now, like you know what I'm saying, we were statistics at the time. I'm lives didn't matter. It's like going back to the slave trade when they was basically throwing us on a
Talk that
slave
shit.
ship. Like our lives didn't matter. We was numbers. You know what I mean? Like my shit was 95R, 93, 45.
Talk that
You know
shit.
what I mean? So it's like, that's the only thing we accounted for back then. They seen a young black nigga, you know what I mean? And
Modern day slavery.
it's modern day
New
slavery.
World Order.
They threw us into it. My moms ain't have no money. She was, borderline alcoholic at the time. So, like, they did their research. I mean, it is what it is. I was caught up in the hood. You know what I mean?
Word.
Like I said, I had some type of background. He looked at me like, what this little,
Right.
something. I ain't telling what I want to know, and I didn't matter.
14 years old, you take his life though.
Right.
Like you're a murderer.
But they don't
Straight
matter.
up.
That's the
But
slow
not-
way.
But,
Straight
not,
up.
but,
That's-
but
that's-
the thing
that's-
about it was, right, not that he did it, it's the fact that when he got confronted about doing it, he act like
He ain't do nothing wrong.
that he didn't know about doing that. He knew it was wrong and he wouldn't play no part in it.
Like
Not
he didn't
only-
even do it.
Yo,
he
yo,
act like he
Man,
didn't do
this
it.
shit is
no.
wrong.
Yo, not
But I
only-
wouldn't have nothing to do with it. You
Not
couldn't
only
say I
did he
it.
deny it,
Yeah.
he was such a sucker on the stand because I read the joint too. He turned the attention back to you
Yeah.
and said, "Yo, could y'all please control this young man?"
Word.
Like,
So he's making me uncomfortable.
yeah, why? Like, how what?
Why? Because you emotional? Because you didn't do it? I done spent damn near 20 years of my life in this bullshit. Like you know what I keep going back because like
It's too hard to fathom, bro. It's
I
too
can't
hard to
imagine at 14.
it's
At
too hard to
14, I'm barely fucking. Let's
Right.
keep it a buck.
Right.
Right? You hoping you can kiss a bitch and finger a bitch like
Right.
come
I'm worried
on,
about
bro.
my sneakers being
Nigga,
clean.
I'm worried
Yeah,
about.
I'm
damn,
like,
I know my mom's ain't gonna buy me the J's. I'm hoping
Right.
somebody can
Right.
figure out
Right.
how I can get
Right.
them. I'm not thinking about being in Spofford,
Or
fighting
being-
for my life,
or being
getting cut.
handcuffed to a pole,
The
being
fuck outta
interrogated
here.
for 6 hours.
My judgment ain't
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
I
Come
can't
on,
even
man.
lie about coming in the house after 9:30.
Right. Right.
Facts.
Right.
That's the difference. Like
Right.
I want y'all to put this shit in perspective.
Man, it's,
Like-
it's
like-
14,
like,
man.
bro, at
It's 14-year-old
13,
dudes that
14
ain't been
years
through
old.
puberty, man. You got to go through puberty in the system. Come on, man.
Bro.
That
Come
shit
on,
is
bro.
different. That's just a different kind of life.
Come on, bro.
Who? Yo, listen, man.
You learning how to make fifis. You fucking first in that shit.
Wow.
Yeah,
Keep it
Yeah.
a bug.
yeah,
Nah,
I've been
right.
through it.
yeah, yeah.
Come on, bro. Like we talking about real shit, bro. Like shit is out of fucking
I'm gonna keep it
control.
a buck with you. Like,
Talk to me.
Like, I ain't like, I was going through so much trauma. Like, as far as like all the virgin shit, that shit ain't even play in mind. Like, I ain't have no female support, so I ain't have no attachment. I was so young, I ain't have no real. You know, like, I grew up in that shit. So you know, like when I got older and I'm like 20, I see niggas getting visited by their girls and all that.
Right,
Because
right.
now, dudes' girls is 20s and 30s.
How
and
long
all
you
that.
stayed in Greens for?
Shit, not too long. Maybe like.
And then where they sent you after that?
Caxac.
And then that's where the event happened, at Caxsaki?
Nah, I stayed in Cat like 6 years. The event happened in Elmira like maybe like 10 years after that. I did time in the state.